Hi, I'm Chiron, and thanks for watching. Welcome to Chiron's Universe, and now it's time for tech news. Our top story, Google Docs shits the bed. According to ZDNet, tens of millions of Google Docs users couldn't get their work week started on April 12th, as the service was either performing badly or not working altogether. Google has stated the affected users are able to access Google Docs, but are seeing error messages, high latency, and or other unexpected behavior. Affected users are unable to create new documents. Users commiserated with each other over 200,000 complaints on Twitter. And since then, Google has said that the problem with Google Docs has been resolved. Isn't it so convenient when companies consolidate power, high prices, lack of competition, and a single point of failure and trust are just the best? And speaking of Google, Forbes is telling you why you shouldn't use Google Chrome after new privacy disclosures. In their story, they detail how Chrome browser's stark new data harvesting disclosures should come as a nasty surprise. Quoting DuckDuckGo, Google doesn't care about protecting your user privacy. They care about protecting their surveillance business model. If they really cared about privacy, they would just stop spying on billions of people around the world. Apparently, it's just not good enough to control over 90% of the world's searches. They have to control your browser too. Imagine for a moment, BMW sells all the cars, or 90% of the cars, all right? And then they own all the roads. What would they do? Like, do whatever they want. Like, eliminate turn signals because, their drivers never use them anyway. Boom, roasted. Here's the deal. Lego prices, new or used, have gone up over time so reliably that it's become a vehicle for investment. I couldn't make this up. Once something is valuable enough to invest in, guess what? It's also valuable enough to steal. That's exactly what's happening in France, where there is apparently a Lego crime ring. Yeah, I'm not kidding. According to La Parisienne, that's right, authorities are warning parents and businesses that Lego theft is like a thing now, according to The Guardian. Wow, how about this? All right, you take your Lego, you build Lego weapons out of the Lego, and then you defend your Lego with your Lego weapons, and they won't even be able to find the Lego because guess what? It's disguised as weapons. Or just leave them laying around on the floor and they will literally explode from the pain of stepping on Lego. Literally. Tyler Winklevoss, one of the charming billionaire twins you might remember from that Social Network movie, thinks Bitcoin is past the risk of getting banned in America, according to Cointelegraph.com. Wait, so let me get this straight. There's this billionaire guy who's got buckets of Bitcoin, and he wants to tell the whole world things so they feel better about Bitcoin. Cool story, brah. There's a lot of junk in space, and everything in space is fast and terrifying, especially when you live there, like they do on the International Space Station. Well, according to Ground News, scientists propose adding a laser to the space station to blast the pieces into smaller pieces. Okay, I don't care. What I want to know is, sign me up. I want to be the space laser guy. That'd be pretty fun. According to Business Insider, a low-level hacking forum of freely published numbers and personal data for hundreds of millions of Facebook users was leaked. Okay, think about that for a moment. There's like a country's worth of people's personal, private information, okay? And if you're thinking, hey, maybe Mark Zuckerberg just doesn't understand the need for privacy, well, think again, because NBC News reported back in 2016 that he bought 4 neighborhood homes around his house at a cost of $30 million just so he can demolish them and keep it private. But, okay, wait. See, I think, this is my opinion, this is my feelings, I think he's avoiding any line of sight with his house windows so nobody can see him changing the batteries in his dead robot eyes. Jeff Bezos, who at this point looks like Mr. Clean's wienery little brother, is topping the Forbes 2021 rich list with Elon Musk. The Amazon founder is reportedly worth $177 billion, while the Tesla founder is reportedly only worth 151, coming in at number 2. Yeah. Hey, remember when Complex.com reported that the Fed said that Jeff Bezos' girlfriend sent intimate photos of an Amazon CEO to her brother, who then leaked them? Yeah. So how do you even like open with that? It was like, hey, bro, you want to see my boyfriend's billionaire dick? You want that? See, nah, that got weird. But speaking of Amazon, the blog last week in AWS posted a story about the recent crazy tweets from someone behind the Amazon News Twitter account. There, they talk about the highly cringy tweets. However, their problem entirely centers around a single tweet in the midst of the storm that says, in part, "You don't really believe the peeing in bottles thing, do you?" Here's a clue of advice, okay? If you want to know if something is real, ask yourself, how hard would it be to publicly talk about this? And here's another ProStar tip. Nobody wants to admit peeing in a bottle. Never mind doing it publicly. It's embarrassing, especially when it's your like actual paying job. Speaking of which, hey, can you deal with this, please? Thank you. Good catch. It was water. Give me a break. And now it's time for retro news. Jim Brain, designer and owner of Retro Innovations, is working on a Commodore VIC 64 to PET CBM keyboard adapter, so you can use your Commodore 64 or VIC-20 keyboard on a Commodore PET. The Commodore PET was one of 3 of the first home computers to debut in 1977, and it looked a little something like this. Wired has an article that is reporting on a new Apple II video game called Nox Archaist, called People Still Really Love the Apple II. The Apple II was 2 of 3 of the first home computers to debut in 1977, and it looked a little something like this. All right. Hello. There we go. TRS 8-Bit Newsletter for Radio Shack TRS 80 enthusiasts announced the Double Do competition winners. The competition was looking for any type of game or entertaining simulation which will run on any TRS 80 or Tandy model computer. The TRS 80 was 3 of the first home computers to debut in 1977, and it looked a little something like this. Why do I do these things? All right. We're not doing this bit again. Well, that's it. Catch more tech news on the T-Days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And thank you for watching.